Hello and welcome to another episode of Dumb and Dumbest, a music industry podcast where everything is terrible and the house is on fire. I'm your host, Matt Bacon, with my beautiful, wonderful, perfect, lovely co-host, Curtis Dewar.
That's me.
And today, we'll be talking about...
dropping the ball.
There we go. We need to get this to the point where we have, like, sound effects and stuff.
No. If I knew how to do that, I'd totally do it, but I don't have time to look it up. So if anybody wants to do that for us, and then Matt will give you 1 month free of something, then we'll do it.
I'll give them one. Why don't you give them 1 month free?
Kidding. Neither one of us will give you 1 month free of anything, but we will help you out with something in exchange for that. So just hit us up, and one of us will figure something out for you.
Yeah, it'll be...
Matt will give you like 6 months free, not 1 month free.
Yeah, it'll be a trip.
Yeah, we'll do something for you if you do that for us. So we just need someone to edit in sound effects for us, and if you can hook us up with that or teach one of us how to do it in 2 minutes, boom.
Yeah. So, now that we said that, let's talk about dropping the ball.
Let's talk about it. Lots of people drop the ball. I think we've all dropped the ball at some point today, and I dropped it myself today. I realized on something. But I mean, it can be aggravating. So I think the main thing is to prevent dropping the ball is just making sure that you're better organized, just all around. And it's not just me or Matt that drops the ball. Like, I don't usually drop too many balls, but today I did. Whoops, I know Matt has. But I think the main thing is you got to get your own organization in, and that could just be as simple as don't forget to input something on your calendar. Do it right now. Don't wait till later.
Yeah. The two things I always do is I always input stuff in my calendar. And I always, a couple times a day, and then usually at the end of the day, I'll just scroll back through all my emails over the past 3 days to make sure there wasn't anything that I missed.
Now, I do most of that most of the time, but what I did today, or what I did 2 weeks ago rather, where I dropped, and I just realized I dropped the ball today, was I had forgotten to put the item on my to-do list in my calendar because I was out at the time and I was checking my Facebook messages. Usually what I'll do is I'll then mark the Facebook messages unread just so I don't forget later. This time I didn't, and that just cost me, well, it didn't cost me anything, but I mean, it's a little bit embarrassing because now I have to go to the client and say I dropped the fucking ball, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a huge deal, but it's a bit embarrassing at the same time, right?
Yeah, but if you do drop the ball, fucking fess up to it and don't try to act like it isn't an issue.
Well, most of the time it isn't. You can make things to not be an issue, but the thing is you got to get them handled is the thing, right? Like, here's a good example is about 3 weeks ago, I've had this happen to me twice actually in the past couple of weeks, but 3 or 4 weeks ago, I lined up an exclusive stream at a site for a band I'm working with, a pretty new band. And the site confirmed with me that it was going up, and nothing happened. And then I kept trying to reach the site. I think the guy went on vacation. It sounds like the guy went on vacation, and it didn't go up. So what did I do? Did I just sit there and blame the site? No, I told the guy, look, I don't know what happened, didn't go up, but then I went and handled it elsewhere. Right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't quite the same size as site that I had originally set up, but I handled it at the same time instead of just going, oh, well, whoops, right? So that's part of the thing is you have to make sure that you have a handling if you do fuck up. Do something about it, not just say, oh, well, I fucked up.
Yeah, it's always good to have. And this is sort of the thing where practicing compassion, it gets really important in the music industry because, I think, just at the end of the day, you just have to appreciate that a lot of these people get a fuck ton of emails. Like, I probably get 150, 200 emails a day.
Yeah, I
that's
get
low for me.
And shit's gonna fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've noticed that will really helps with me, if someone follows up with me to remind me on something, even if I say I got it, I don't mind because if that puts them at ease, like, for example, if there's an important stream that they asked me to set up, even if I said I got it handled, if you follow up with me a couple of days beforehand and just say, hey, just making sure we're still on, that's really good because what if I need to do that with the person I set it up with because maybe they forgot?
Yeah.
You know? So It's
Yeah.
kind of like taking responsibility, for everyone involved instead of just looking at your own little side, right?
That's a big thing I've noticed. I've really come to terms with in the past couple years has been that people don't care if you double check.
Yeah, most don't. Some people are dicks about it, but most professionals really don't fucking care if you double check with them.
Yeah, it make it cool because they realize you are covering everyone's ass.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Especially with some of the bigger streams. Like if you get a big stream, it's always good, unless you like totally 100% know the person is good. But even then, it's still a good idea to check to make sure you're still on for that day. Like I'll do that all the time. Like I do that with Matt, and it probably drives him fucking nuts because he doesn't know because he's not in charge of scheduling a metal injection. But still, you know.
yeah, but yeah, and at the end of the day, no one is a full-time metal journalist, or basically no one is. And even if they are, they probably aren't the scheduling person.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not, it's not their fault. It's
Yeah.
just how it is.
And the same thing happens with print too all the time. Is like you'll get something confirmed for print, and then it won't end up happening because maybe the advertiser, maybe they had to put in some more advertising, or someone else bought an ad and then they got priority or whatever, and your piece got dropped. So balls get dropped there all the time too. Well, in that case, it's not really dropping the ball, but it's more like the publication not informing you that you're now not getting the press item, and you look like an idiot to your client, right? But that happens all the time as well.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, you just can't get angry about it.
Yeah,
I see so many people get angry about it.
yeah. Just come up with
And
an ulterior plan is what you do. You roll with the punches. If for example, let's say metal injection or metal sucks or something, or decibel fucked up on a stream for me and couldn't do it, I'd be disappointed, but I wouldn't fucking then go and pout about it and do nothing. I'd then go look for an alternative place. It's probably not going to be as big, but you know what I mean? I'd still do everything I can to get the placement like ASAP.
yeah, and the last thing to do is like complain on a public forum.
Exactly. Like I've seen people like that's big no. I've
That
seen
just shows how clueless you are.
exactly. I've seen many bands go on Twitter or go on. I mean, I was guilty of myself of this in the early days. Well, they'll go on a public forum, they'll put on blast the publication, and then it's like that publication is never going to want to work with you ever again. Even if they were at fault, usually most of them will be cool about it and they'll offer you an ulterior spot, alternative spot later on, or I'll still help you with something else later. But most people are not dicks. If they fucked up, they will generally try to do something to make up for it at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Because most people are doing this for fun. They're not doing and you have to appreciate that. Most people are doing this for fun. They're not doing it. No one's skipping out on a stream to piss you off.
nobody. Usually, what ends up happening is that there was a technical glitch. There was somebody cross-scheduled without informing someone else, or somehow your email got lost in the shuffle, or they hit delete. Something silly like that happened, or the person got sick. Illness is a frequent one, right? Like if something doesn't get done, a lot of times it's because the person was ill, and then the ill person, I mean, still, in my opinion, should still try to do whatever they said they would do, but I'm just saying that is a major reason. Like if I get ill, I still try to do everything I fucking can, but some shit gets lost. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying seems like that's usually the number one reason.
And again, this is largely a volunteer thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not like these people have all the time in the world to make sure that everything's perfectly cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but alternatively, there are times when balls get dropped where you should get angry. Like for example, with that thing with Terrorizer magazine when they took a bunch of ads and then haven't been in print more than once in the past 2 years or whatever. Like that's not just a ball dropping. That's like you should be angry about that if you paid for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was like they were given multiple opportunities to make good on that, and it's been like 2 years. And my understanding, there's still nobody knows what's going on with them, not even the writers, right?
I don't think so, no.
Well, I checked on Twitter the other day. 2 writers so far told me they know nothing.
There you go.
But anyways, just ball dropping in general, try not to do it. But the main thing is just try to keep yourself organized. Get yourself if you have an electronic to-do list, there's a software called Todoist that is really good to use. And it keeps track of everything you need to do, and you can put up repeating tasks. and then also plunk it into a calendar so that way you get a double whammy so you don't forget. But like I said, even sometimes that fails. It happened to me today. I somehow forgot and just noticed today that I was supposed to do something a week ago. So shit happens sometimes, but you got to do what you can to make it right.
Yeah, just never assume that you'll remember something.
Yeah, And one other thing, like, can I just point out here? I'm guilty of this as well, but I just want to say, if you send someone a business thing on Facebook, follow it up with an email, because I don't know how it goes for some people, but a lot of times if I just get something on Facebook, I'm going to forget about it, because if I'm scrolling through my messages when I'm out, I don't know how to make it so that a message is unread on my mobile. Maybe I'm an idiot, or maybe the feature's not there. I don't know. But 90% of the time, if I'm out and I get a business message while I'm on Facebook, I'm going to forget about it later unless there's an email to back it up.
Yeah.
So if you send me like an embed code or something over Facebook, unless I specifically ask at that time, just follow it up with an email. And like I said, I'm guilty of doing this sometimes too, so I'm not perfect on this, but that really helps a lot is if you back it up with email after you send it over social media.
Yeah, I'm that way with people who get in contact with me while I'm at a show. Mm-hmm. Not just because like when I'm at a show, like I'll see an email come in and I want to make sure that it's not an emergency.
Yeah.
Like I want to make sure that it's whatever, but simultaneously I'm not going to answer that email. And so a lot of times if I see something that's unread, I just don't even think about it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, what are you going to do?
Yeah, anyways, I think we made our point, but that's the main things. Always, like anything important, always followed up by email or Facebook Messenger, vice versa, or Twitter DM or whatever the heck it is, just to make sure that the person got it. Like, because you can never be 100% certain they did. Because like I said, for me, if I get something on Facebook Messenger, a lot of the time I'm going to forget about it if I'm out.
There you go. Anyway, what do you have to plug?
Oh, I got a lot of shit to plug. Today, because this should be Thursday, right? Today Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, right? So tomorrow's Thursday that we're uploading this, right?
Yep.
Okay, Carpe Noctem should be streaming at Noisy tomorrow. They are, they're going to be part of the Kim's Noisy column. I forget what it's called, but they're supposed to be streaming there tomorrow. It's a really good album, Icelandic black metal. Check it out. And then I got today, should have just gone up half an hour ago, Pia Mater from Brazil, progressive death metal, like we talked about yesterday, streaming Indestructible. Very cool stuff. And and Will's Dissolve is streaming at Toilet of Hell today. They're another progressive death metal band, so I got them coming out of the acid.
We talked about this. You got a ton of prog death this month.
I do. Yeah. All the campaigns are going to be ending in a couple of weeks, but hey, whatever. Send me more prog death metal, people. And then Lizzie's went up today at Pure Grain Audio. They're releasing on Friday as well. And I think I'm missing something, but for the life of me, I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. But those three things right there, check them out.
Perfect. Awesome. I've got Dropout merch, which launched. I'll be at Indianapolis Doomed and Stoned this weekend, all 3 days, including the pre-show. So
you're going out?
Say hi. We'll high five and talk about cats.
You're going to be all 3 days. You're going to be checking out Witch Kiss's set then.
I will be checking out Witch Kiss's set.
Plug. Since both Matt and I have worked with Witch Kiss.
Yeah, Witch Kiss are
there, but they had to cancel.
Witch Kiss are pretty phenomenal. Anyways,
thank
you guys for listening.
Are we done yet?